Tony Soprano said it best when he said, "Remember when is the lowest form of conversation that any two people can have." You know what? I'm a big believer in that, and here's why. Lots of people these days are living in the past. Their heydays are behind them. They've peaked way back then. And it's a really sad state, man, because I talk to a lot of people and they'll instantly go to, well, I remember when my business was successful in the early 2000s, or I remember when I was in better shape. I remember when I had more money. And I don't understand why people are choosing to live in the past and keep thinking that their heydays were behind them when they've got an additional 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 years ahead of them. And it's something that's been really personally bothering me because as far as I'm concerned, you have not peaked yet. I happen to know a guy, and I'm not going to mention his name, who was an amazing football player. Sadly, anytime I see this guy, the conversation is always about remember when, and it goes back to high school and the heydays we had together in high school. And while he was a great athlete then, he did so many amazing things, he could have done so many better things had he stuck to being competitive and living his life on the edge, pushing the boundaries of his comfort zone. But instead, he currently has gained about 60 or 70 pounds and he drives a shuttle for a hotel. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a shuttle bus driver for a hotel if that's your passion and that's your purpose. And if it is, you better be the damn best shuttle bus driver there is. But I can tell you that when I look in his eyes, my friend is dead. The fire is gone. And this is a guy who was one of the best football players in all of California back in the day. Now, here's the thing. He's living in the past. The conversations are always remember when. And when those conversations come up, I cringe inside because I want to take him and shake him and help him get back in shape and help him get his head straight and let him know that he's got at least another 30, 40, 50 years ahead of him. Sadly, when I've tried, it just doesn't compute. Now, I don't know where you are in your life, but I can tell you this, man. If you're living in the past, if you're in the remember when era, stop it. Because I promise you that the best is yet to come if you decide to read more books, to lose weight, to eat better, to start working out, to focus on making money and contributing to society and helping others and living abundantly. So many people live in fear and scarcity and doubt. They're watching news and all they ever hear on the news, and maybe you fall in this category, is all the negativity and the crime and the economy. You need to create your own economy. You need to create the body that you want. You need to create the mindset that you want. You need to cut out all the crabs and time vampires and deadbeats out of your life. It's a real simple rule as far as I'm concerned. There's 3 things to live by. You're going to always take action, right? Think about it. Always take action on something. You have an idea and that idea is worthwhile, always take action on it. You're going to surround yourself with winners and not losers. And the third thing is you're never going to peak because the best is yet to come. Now, let me give you an example of that in my life. I'm currently 40 years old, and I've had an ACL reconstruction. I've had a torn bicep reattached. Lord knows I've torn my lower back. I've torn a pec. I have done a lot of damage. Recently, I hyperextended my knee, and I got a huge hole in the bottom of my foot. Why did I get all this? Well, quite frankly, I like to take these 6-week challenges. I'm always taking 6-week challenges. This started in 2010 when I decided that I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and run a marathon. Now, if you know anything about me, the good Lord has designed me to lift weights. I am not designed to run long distances of 26.2 miles. But instead, I decided to train for 6 weeks. I hired a running coach, trained for 6 weeks, and guess what I did? I ran the San Diego Marathon, and it was painful. I hated the whole time, but when I crossed that finish line, it was the most exhilarating feeling ever. I realized that the best was not behind me because I just peaked when I ran a marathon, but I didn't want to stop there. So I decided to dedicate 6 weeks, 3 days a week to surfing. And let me tell you, I'm not buoyant. I sink. I'm not the strongest swimmer ever. But that didn't matter to me because by God, I'm not going to peak, and neither are you. And so I spent the next 6 weeks learning how to surf. And today it's become this therapeutic thing that I do 3 or 4 times a week. So I want you to think about what you need to do to get to that place, to the place where you're never going to peak, that you can grow and expand your mind and your personal beliefs and professionally grow and make more money and help more people, right? So what do you need to do? You got to step out of that comfort zone, don't you? You gotta push to the edges of your comfort zone. You gotta take that comfort zone box, you gotta light the damn thing on fire and push it off a cliff, man. See, I believe in you. I know you can do this. And I want you to do this. So what are you gonna do about it? Listen, man, you are gonna peak, but you're gonna peak way into the future, just days before you die. So I want you to always remember this, that the best is yet to come. Your job is to never ever peak until you're right there on your deathbed. I believe in you. See you later.